Hey, Habibi here. In this video I'm going to continue my tutorial about this third-person controller in Unity. What I did previously, and I did not record it, is scaling up this player, this character object, so the scale should be 1, X, Y, and Z. All of them should be 1. And I also scaled up the prefab gun here. The gun should be bigger than before. Now, and you already watched my video. If you already watched my video, on my last video about this topic, I added this feature that this character can pick up this gun object, and after he picked up, the gun will be here in his hand. Now the next thing that I'm going to do in this video is to create a gun button here, so I can switch between punch and this gun. So let's get started. Let me reset this game and stop the game, and let me show you that I have these two images here, and I'm going to show it up here at the top left part of the screen. I'm going to create a button here on the TPS canvas. Right click, 3D UI, image, no, button. I name it weapon switch. This button should be at the top area of the screen, top left area, and I need to scale it, set its size to be 128 by 128. It's too large, maybe 62 by 62. Okay, and I will place it here. Let me remove the text, and here we already have debug text, and I will name it health. I will place this health as a I'm going to create an empty object here on the canvas. Hang on a second, let me create an empty game object, and I name it top left UI, and I will add this weapon switch as a child of this top left UI, and this debug text. Where is my debug text? Health, yeah, health. I place it here. Alright, let me just override the prefab, and I'll go inside this prefab and then rearrange the items. Health should be here, should be inside this top left UI, and I place it below the button. Okay, hang on a second, let me resize the and then okay, this parent object, I should set it to be like this. Then the health text is correct, and I will need to reposition it here, somewhere here. And the weapon switch button, I need to set it here again. Okay, let me type 45 and negative 45. This one, and temporarily let me place one of these images here as the button image for this weapon switch. I change the source image. Oh yeah, I need to import these two images as sprite 2D and UI, and then click apply. Now I can place it here as the source image. Like this, and I need to edit the script of this one, the text, the health text. It is inside this GUI third person controller folder. I have renamed this folder. If your folder is not like this, because I renamed the folder. So here in my player script, I have a code that is writing or showing the weapons list on that text. So I need to remove this part. I only need to show the health of the player only, not weapons. So I'm going to comment this or disable these lines, and yeah, that's all. Let me play the game. I have this health indicator here. If you remember, if I touch this object, my health got reduced by 20 digits. So let's say this is something dangerous, like enemies bullet or anything. If we touch that object, we got our health reduced. And this button, this is not working right now. We need to code it to make it work, so I can switch between all the weapons that I have, and we can equip the player with that weapon that we switch. Right now, let me change the text, this text, current health. I think I can only show health. Okay, for the weapon switch button, what I'm going to do now is to create a script for weapon switch. So I will create a script called weapon switch. Before editing this script, I need to go back to this my player script. Here you can see the game data variable. Let's take a look at this part. We need to add one more parameter, one more thing here, and because we need to edit the end game data, which is in this script, the end game data here, I need to add something here, public string current weapon. So this variable will store the current weapon of the player that it has. On this script myplayer.cs, by default, if I reset the game, I will set game data.current weapon. I will set its value to be punch, because this is the default weapon that our player has. Okay, now let's edit this let's edit the script that we made for the button, this button weapon. Hang on, I got an error here. 142. Okay, I need to delete this part. Yeah, let's go back to this. This script weapon switch here on the initialization, on the start. I will check what is the current weapon of this player. So here I will test it by typing debug.log current player's weapon equals plus my player here, my player dot game data. Game data is the variable, public static variable of this game data, and then I need to access this current weapon dot current weapon. Let's go back to Unity editor, and I need to run the game one more time and reset the game again, because we did change the data structure of the game data, so I need to reset it. And now let's check it out. Let's go to this weapon switch. I need a game object that I can attach this weapon switch script to it, so I will attach it to this button, I think. Not button, but the parent of the button. Now the script is attached, and I need to test the game, and I expect to see a debug log text here about what is the current weapon of the player. Okay, I got an error here. Weapon switch dot start. Alright, on line number 10 we got an error. I think the problem here is we cannot access the variable of my player, because this object is initiated first. This object should be initiated later after the player. So what if I switch the position of this canvas here to be below the player, and maybe I switch its position like this. Let's see, is it going to work? Okay, still we got this error. Let me go back and just remove this part, and let me try it again. Okay, so we need to access this value a bit with a bit delay, after the initialization of the game. So I think we cannot do it on the start here, but instead I will add some timeout or coroutine here. I will create a enumerator init weapon switch, and the parameter will be the wait time. Then inside it I type yield return new wait 4 seconds wait time, and then we debug this current weapon text. We show the current weapon of this player, and here on the start I will call start coroutine init weapon switch, and the delay should be, for example, 1.5 seconds. Let's try. Here I go back to Unity editor. Okay, line number 10. Okay, I need more this sign, and go back and refresh. No, I mean rerun the game. After 1 second I got this current player's weapon is punch. Okay, I said we temporarily show this image, right? Here I'm going to remove this image, so by default I don't want to show anything here. And after some delay here, let me reduce the delay, for example 0.5 milliseconds. Here, after I got the data, what is the current weapon of the player, I will show the icon of the weapon. Alright, now here I will type a code to show the icon of the weapon and bring it here as this as the image of this button. Let's go back to this script, weapon switch. Here I need to create a public variable, public game object, and I call it weapon switch button. And here weapon switch button, we will set the we will type get component with button ws button dot get component button, and then we will get the image of the button dot image, and we will set the sprite of the image dot sprite equals to something here. And then what we need to place here, we need to create public sprite variables. Here I will add public sprite image punch, then we set the the variable. Here let me type weapon icon. Okay, and we create a variable sprite here, sprite weapon icon equals to, yeah, let's set it to null for example at first time. Then we need to do switch statement, switch my player dot game data current weapon, okay, lowercase s, switch my player dot game data dot current weapon in case that the value is the gun, let it be gun like this, and I will go back to it later. Then we set the weapon icon equals to img gun, break, and default weapon icon is img punch. This img gun we need to add it here, img gun, and this one img punch. And then after this switch statement is ended, we use this variable and set it to the sprite of the button. Let me go back to Unity editor. I hope there should be no error. Okay, we got 2 errors here. Button could not be found. Okay, let me add this Unity engine dot UI and go back to Unity. Okay, default control cannot fall out or switch from final case level default. Maybe because I missed the break here. Let me go back. Okay, the error is gone. Now we need to set the sprites of the public sprites that we made. It is here on where is it, top left UI. Here we have WS button. We drag and drop this weapon switch here, and this img punch we need to drag and drop this image, and this one, the gun, we place it here. And if everything is fine, if I click the play button, I should see punch image here after a few moments, less than 1 second. Okay, I have this punch image here. Now I'm going to go to take this gun. Here I have gun, and I already have gun in my weapon inventory. Then the next step is I need to click this button, and after clicking this button I can switch between this punch and this weapon, the gun. Okay, let's stop the game, and I will create a public variable inside this weapon switch script. I call it public variable switch weapon. And here I will wait a second. Something came to my mind that I need to do some changes, and I hope you won't get confused because of it. Here I will change the current weapon variable. I will change the type of the variable to be integer. Right now it is string, right? I need to change it to integer, int. Before I do it, let me reset my game first. I need to run my game. Okay, let this, which one is it? 49. Why did I type variable? Okay, never mind. Let me, what is public void? Okay, come on, let me reset the game. Now let me stop it, and here I need to change the current weapon variable to be integer, int. And also here at the initial state of the game, when we click the reset game data, I need to set the weapon. I need to set the weapon weapon number to be 0, and here I will also need to set it as 0. So we are talking about weapon code. I will code the weapons based on number, starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. So because we are working with 0 here, this one also must be integer, so I need to change it to int. And also this list, it should be integer. And here on the switch statement, I need to switch between integer values. In case the value is 1, let's say 1 is weapon, so we will set the weapon image as the button image. And in case 0, by default it should be 0, then we will use this punch image as the fist image as the button image. I need to make sure that everything is okay, so I will okay, hang on. Which one is it? 167. Okay, this should be integer. Spawn weapon integer. So I need to change so many things here. Weapon name, this should be also integer. The weapon name should be integer, and I will need to change the, see, I got so many error message because of changing the data type of a variable, so no problem, I will solve it one by one. Here I have this outside this prefab. On the scene I have this prefab gun. Yeah, this I need to name it. This object that is in the resources folder, I need to name it 1. Okay, and then what? And then okay, let me check again this error one by one. Line number 50, number 50, do I have go dot name? Okay, here I need to cannot convert from string to integer, so I need to convert this string. Game object dot name is the data type is the variable type is string. I need to convert it to integer. Here I must type int dot parse game object dot name. And what else? The error, line number 50, still number 50. It should be lowercase p. Let me go back. Okay, it's solved. And line number 156, 156, it is here. Game data dot weapons add call dot game object dot name. Here I also need to call int dot parse. And what's next? 160 spawn weapon. Okay, int dot parse. And what's next? 185, 185. Okay, resources dot load. Okay, because resources dot load requires string, I should convert it back to string. Maybe I can do this trick. W name, weapon name plus empty string. Let me check. Okay, everything is solved. Let me hit the play button and reset again my game. Okay, I got an error here. Okay, the problem here, I think, because I have this prefab gun object here. Prefab gun is a string. It is cannot be parsed as an integer, so I need to change it to 1, and I hope the error will be gone. Okay, the error is gone. I can reset the game. Now by default my weapon is weapon number 0. Weapon number 0, the icon is this one, and I will go and pick up this weapon, the gun. Now I have weapon number 2, which is the number, which is the code is 1, number 1. So here the function, I will go back to the function that we were working on, the switch weapon function. Here we are going to do, it is so embarrassing. I should not place this code inside this for loop. Why did I use for loop for this one? I will need this if statement only without the for loop. Let me save it and do it again. I will need to reset my game first. Reset. Okay, and let's play it again. Nothing should happen because I don't have any weapon. Let me pick up that gun. Come on, this time it should be working. I click it. Now the icon is changed to this handgun. I click switch back, and here is the correct solution. And then what is the next problem? The next problem is this weapon on my hand is still here. It should not be here when I switch back to this fist or punch weapon. So how to fix it? I'm so tired, so I will continue it on my next video. It takes so much time, dude, and it is exhausting. Thank you for watching this video. See you next time. Bye bye.